We in the house.
I got the game.
First thing on the God is ahead of my life. So you have a shot, son. We too stressed to bless. I said it back. It's too high here. We too blessed to stress. Too blessed to stress. But we are the Hebrew Israelites coming to represent and bring out the word of the Most High God. And the name is Holy Son of Mashiach Yahawashi. Say, Elder, don't be doing that task. You don't have 5,000 people up here. You got people giving tithes and everything.
For real. So like the real.
She brought tithes.
She brought you some
Elder,
tithes.
you put on their Christian tithes and start praying. They automatically start bringing tithes. Didn't even get an explanation or nothing. Don't know what we talking about. All she heard was a southern pastor, and that was it. She didn't ask who we were, what was going on.
She had that love offering.
She had that love offering, boy, they got off to the break. And Elder come out here with all that God nonsense.
It is garbage and nonsense. But it proves the point.
It proved a point.
Yeah.
Who got the Matthew? I need the Matthew. I need the Matthew first. And 8. Luke. I need Matthew 5 and 10 first. Got it?
Read this down. This is book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
See, our people think that we supposed to be here in America,
I want
be
to know
in heaven, have an
so I can do
American
a little bit
dream,
more often.
and still make it to the kingdom. What is going on? Ain't that supposed to be a reward getting into the kingdom? So we supposed to be here and get a reward and make it to the kingdom. The white man's supposed to be in heaven and then he's supposed to make it to heaven. What's the purpose of 2 heavens? So, but if you're doing the will of the Father, then history of the Bible say that you're going to be persecuted. So how is it fair that all the prophets and all the ministers and all the people that was really for God got persecuted, and they gonna go to the kingdom, but then you don't get persecuted, but then you get to go to the kingdom too? How is that fair?
That's not fair.
Read that again, huh?
Give me a
This is the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 10. And it reads, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
How is that a blessing? Now you ask. How is it? Some people, I got blessed to get this job, I got blessed. But the Lord say, blessed are they that's persecuted for righteousness' sake. Meaning you hit the block for the Most High God.
Yeah.
You came and showed who authority you under for the Most High God, Yah. You would have put yourself out on Front Street for the God. You ain't stay cooped up in a building calling yourself a pastor. You ain't stay cooped up and waiting for the people to come to you. You went to the streets. Because how else you going to get persecuted? Right? Read this. Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So that'll be a false balance. If I'm hearing or having an American dream, ain't listening to nothing the Father got to say, but then I get into the kingdom. That's good. But then it's somebody, the poor and needy, over here getting persecuted for righteousness' sake, and they make it to the death. But the thing is, like, and we the slave and they the slave owner, but we gonna go to the same place.
Yeah, it don't work that way.
They don't work like that, man. He's just. We got a just God. Read on now.
Verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you.
Blessed are we. They not gonna like it. They not gonna love the Israelites. They never loved the Israelites. They said, blessed are we when we get reviled. When they call the police on us. When we bring out the word of God, they hate that. It's the same thing they did to Christ and the disciples, man.
You know, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely.
Ain't that what they do? Even before we start doing the truth, they were doing that to us. Because that was making sure they double down on us. So then if we do wake up to the truth and start doing this, we already got a stigma on us as so-called black men. That we got to fight through. We got to fight for respect. We the base men who the Most High chose to do this work. So if we were somebody else, another race or had more money, the people would easily listen to us. But that's the whole trick to this game. Read on.
Verse 12. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven.
That's what we working for.
Time.
I don't want nothing here from America. Our reward is not here, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. That so-called American dream that they've been selling us, that pipe dream, is false. Ain't no American dream. That's Oprah. She got all the money.
What about reparations, D? You don't want
Ain't
that?
no reparations. Do you give kids to a good parent? Let me phrase it right. Do a good parent give a child that they put on punishment a reward?
No,
Nope.
sir.
I seen bad parents do it.
Yep.
Good, man, he's supposed to be in trouble. He got a new PS5 game.
My mama said,
Yeah, man, he's supposed to be in trouble. He went to the pool party. What kind of parent is this? But a good parent, if you on punishment, my dad put me on punishment for 2 weeks. That was the worst thing ever. And you can't do nothing but go more into punishment.
Yep.
You can work to try to get less of time, but if you don't, then you can go right out your punishment, right? So, why would we be here on punishment, but we get the American thing? All right, take it. I want the reward that comes with the kingdom, man.
that's
Read
right.
on,
Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven.
He said if we get persecuted here, and we get hated here, and we get reviled here, but we doing the will of the Father, don't worry about it. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, because our reward will be in the kingdom. Read on.
For so persecuted they, the prophets, which were before you.
That's what we said. The people, the prophets that came before us, read the Bible. They persecuted them too. They persecuted every last one of them before us. So what Christ says, the world hates you, know that they hated me first. So don't be shocked. Be proud, be exceedingly glad. Read on.
Verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savior, wherewith shall it be salted?
We the salt of the earth, man. We bring the seasoning to this planet. Without us, these people know good and dang on well. Without so-called black people on this planet, man, this planet is dumb. It's dumb. So that's why they act like they don't like it so bad, but they can't do without us. All the nations act like they hate us, but they show in our neighborhoods with us every day getting our money. And to get our money, you got to deal with us. And we ain't easy to deal with. They can hate us, but to be 7 days a week in the black neighborhood getting our money, I mean, you got to see us every day. You got to hear us every day. And it's amazing. You know what start happening? Those children of those Arabs start acting like it. Start wearing their hats back. Start sagging their pants. Start calling each other niggas.
Yep.
My nigga, I just seen it.
Yep.
I literally just seen it. And cause they're what? They want to be like us, even at our lowest state. Why? Because we the salt of the earth. We the season this up. We the slap your mama in the pot. We the ones who put some flavor in it. They can't dance. You see, we do a dance. 10 years later, white people doing it like they started. You late. We use some slang. They use it 10 years later. We've been stopped using that. Now they use it. Everything we do. We don't coach or motion from nobody. They'll steal our stuff. We'll come up with something new. Bring it out. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation. Where we at? But ye are a chosen generation. A royal priesthood. A royal priesthood. And holy nation. A peculiar people. That ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into the marvelous light. That's what we're doing right now. So if you think just regular black folks is something else, where do you get a hold of the God-fearing Israelite man and woman and child?
That's right.
That's a whole different breed. They're not even ready for that. They're not ready for us in order. They ain't ready to see us, the man, woman, and child in order up under the Most High God in Christ. They're ready for that. Oh, they know they're in trouble is with the black man and the 30 man, Native American man doing good with his family as a nation. That's their biggest fear. They don't fear no Negroes with no guns running the streets of power. It's a lot of that going around there. It's a lot of gang banging going around. They ain't scared of that. As much as they say they in fear of their life. This time to prove they lying. Ain't no white man been in fear of his life if he crossed the ocean blue to come all the way over here, to come where some people at that you don't even know how hostile they are. And not only that, you take some back with you. You ain't too scary. You travel over the ocean to a land that no man knew, to a people you didn't know, and not only went there, you kidnapped them and took them back. The white man is not in fear of his life because he went in the ocean in a tuna can. He's not in fear of his life because he would jump out of an airplane.
That's right.
Horror life.
He's not in fear of his life because he will wrestle an alligator. But for the black man, oh my God, an unarmed black man, I seen a white man go out there with bears, black bears.
Taking
A
photos
black bear
online.
can outrun you, can outclimb you, and outswim you.
And I'll fight you.
He's just out here, yeah, that's Fred over there. Yeah, Fred. You want some berries, Fred? Yeah, that's Mary. Yeah, Mary acts like she's a little aggressive, so I'm going to stay over here. They ain't two of them in fear of their life. But when it comes to an unarmed black man, oh my goodness. They ain't scared to death.
Yeah.
And like Elder said, they got pepper spray, a nightstick, a taser, a vest, the Batman signal, border cow, backup, helicopters, tanks, SWAT, drones, bombs, rubber bullets, smoke bullets, and an immediate population to help.
Yeah.
They got Karen,
Yeah.
they got Dennis,
Yep.
all of them gonna help. So, in fear of their life, I don't get it. We run these streets in our own neighborhood. You want to be in fear of your life, roll through one of these hoods and don't know nobody.
That's right.
They still come.
Yep.
White folks ain't scared in fear of their life. Empty homes, people outside their buildings, they just walk by like it's nothing. They ain't scared of getting robbed or nothing.
We run through. They want to beat us down and rob us. White little Susie come through with a big old thing on back, say I got $1,000 with me, and she make it all the way through.
And this how you know they lie. We as black folks know what you just said is true.
Yep.
Then Susie comes jogging through the neighborhood looking out of place. Nobody's going to do anything to Susie.
Nope.
But they in fear of their life. Man, stop
They
it.
trying to talk you side down.
We in fear of our life.
They trying to get
I'm in fear of my people's life.
Oh, they
We
going
don't, huh?
south now.
Oh.
That's where they get free. Because
Matthew 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
See, give me Proverbs 6 and 23. Read that part about being the light of the world here.
Matthew 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world.
We are the salt of the earth. We are the light of the world. Just like we already said, and we can prove that. Even in our lower states, the people want to copy everything we do. Hip-hop. Wow, it just comes up. Everybody want to do hip-hop. Everybody want to rap. Anything hip-hop do, that's what they want to do. So that proves to you. If we the light of the world, that means we're supposed to guide the whole world in the worship of the Most High. So if we do it right, they're going to copy us. If we did, because anything we do, they want to do. What the white dude said a few weeks ago, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You one of the Hebrew Israelites. But I have to show them you will never do what a Hebrew Israelite is going to do. We the only ones going to keep the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments.
Better than Tupac. I don't know what these people are.
These people smoking that good
Yeah,
stuff.
Vanilla Ice
They
better
smoking
than
that
Tupac.
Zaha. They smoking that fentanyl. That's they smoking.
Yeah.
We the light of the world. Read this for me, FP.
Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instruction are the way of life.
So we got to be the light. So being a light means we have to project the law, statutes, and commandments. Projecting the law, statutes, and commandments means projecting love to one another. Somebody got to come out to our neighborhood and show love to our people. And I ain't talking agape love. I don't even know what that is. I didn't ever want to know. It sounds gay. Let's just show love. Why would you take show some love? Agape love? I bet you a gay pastor came up with that. But I ain't seen it in the Bible. You seen agape love in the Bible? You seen it? I ain't seen it. So we just gonna show love.
My pastor
John.
started that thing.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world. The Bible don't say that. Love not the world. Neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. We could have pulled that for the brother when they want to know how an Israelite cannot be an Israelite. Because if you loving the world, like we already know, it's impossible for an Israelite to love the world and love his people. And love God.
Yeah.
Because he said if you love the world, then the love of the Father is not in you. How you doing, sister? All right. Sister, you know your nationality? No, you're not black. Sister, you ain't black, you brown. But we are the Israelites. We God's chosen people, sis. We got to love that. That's just a color. We are a people. And we have to be the light of this world. So the Lord said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And that's what we're trying to get to, the love of the Father. And the love of the Father is perfect. And to have the love of the Father, you have to love those who love you and also love those of your people who may not love you.
That's right.
But you have to show them that love. Because that's what Christ did. Christ threw these people, a lot of them didn't love him, the Pharisees didn't love him. But what did he do? He kept doing what he had to do. He kept doing what the mission was. That's the will of the Father. So for us, we have to let our light shine before the world. Read on up. Matthew 5. Colossians. Right, it's only Matthew.
5 verse 15. Salakia. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel.
Hold on, if you're the light of the world, you ain't just gonna go put it under a bushel. Now you ain't just gonna stay in the church house all the time, is it? If you're the light of the world, how they gonna see you? That's else. How they gonna see you if you're in the church house all the time?
Unless you go over there and get drop a stack. Drop a stack, you get burnt.
You gotta come out to the world to try to get the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. Read on.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, put on a candlestick.
They put it on a candlestick so you can see better. That means we gotta come out here on the four corners of the chief places of concord and let our light shine. That's the only way they're gonna see it.
And give it light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glory, that they may see your good works.
How they gonna see your good works if you in the house?
Getting 30 minutes.
If you just stay in the church, you gotta come out to the world, man. First, we ain't got no whole lot of notoriety. We ain't no TV. So we gotta come out to the world.
and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am come to destroy it, not block it. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy it, but to fulfill.
He ain't come to destroy the law or the prophecies of the prophets. He came to fulfill it. Let's show how he fulfilled it. Give me Luke 24:44 and Romans 13:8. He came to fulfill the prophecies, and he came to fulfill. We're going to show what he came to fulfill. Because people think he came to fulfill the law. Well, in a sense he did, but he didn't do away with the law. That's the misunderstanding that our people have, and we finna get it out of two simple scriptures. 24:44. Let's get this first.
Romans 13:8. Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
If you love one another, you fulfill the law, meaning you're not breaking it. So Christ ultimately loved his people.
That's right.
So in that sense, he fulfilled the law by loving his people. Thus says Romans 13:8. Let's see the other way.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 24, verse 44. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you, while I was yet with you, that all these things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. Then opened he their understanding, and that they might understand the scriptures, and said unto them, Thus it is written, and thus it is, behold, Christ to suffer and to rise from the dead the third day.
So he got to fulfill the things that were written in the law of Moses and the things that were written by the prophets. So the prophecies is what Christ came to fulfill, and he fulfilled the law by loving his people.
That's right.
That's how he fulfilled it, man.
That's right.
Let's read this, Deacon.
Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
His heart and prayer and desire for Israel, his people, Paul's people, God's people, Christ's people, is that they might be saved.
That's right.
Right? Read on.
For I bear that record that they have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves into the righteousness of God.
So the problem is, we not submitting ourselves unto the righteousness of the Most High God. We want to go about making our own righteousness. We want to go about doing our own thing the way that we want it, and saying what God won't do. God won't kill me for wearing pants, a woman will say. Or God won't kill me for nothing. Listen here, he said it, and it is so. Why even play? Because he wants things done a certain way. The way that God wants it, you can't change it. You can't adjust it. You can't even think for yourself. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. Because once you get in this cockpit of life that we in, and let the Most High take control, it's on autopilot, man.
That's right.
You ain't got to go about trying to stumble and bumble around with it, establishing your own righteousness. All we got to do is listen and obey the Most High. Gospel 1:7. Read it. It's the knowledge.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth. For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts.
So the knowledge that we should be seeking is the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And that's what we should be seeking from the messenger of the Lord of hosts. Anything else is irrelevant. And we need that knowledge of the Lord, which is the law, so that we can learn how to love one another. So we can be perfect like our Father which is in heaven is perfect. That's what the road of righteousness leads to. But if you go making your own road of righteousness, a path of righteousness, it's not going to go according to the Most High. That's going somewhere else. His road be one way. to where he leads us to. So, and even if you did start your own road of righteousness, how you know where it leads? Come on, man.
Joshua chapter 1, beginning at the 7th verse. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest.
He said, we don't turn to the right hand or the left, meaning don't go and make your own path of righteousness. We are prosper whithersoever we go, if we do it the way the Most High commanded us to.
Verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all this that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Verse 9. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
Keep telling us, be of good courage. Be not afraid. The only thing he wants you to have some fear of is him. But it's the other way around. Our people don't fear the Most High God, but they fear every single thing else.
God.
They fear everything of leaf falling, they run. Somebody just take off running, they run. But they don't fear the Most High God, though. But he's telling us to be very courageous. Don't have fear and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And if we do that, he'll reward us, because he's with us wheresoever we go. All we got to do is be in line with him, be one with him. That's how he's going to be with us. We got to be one with him. But if you don't be one with the Most High, who you one with? With Satan.
Yep.
You don't have two options. Choose life and live, or choose death and die. You know what I'm saying? We only got two options. You said you got something?
This is the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me.
There's a whole dumpster right there.
There's a dumpster right there.
I was about to get on you about your
Read it again.
This is the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me.
We need to gird up our loins and stand up like men. And that's basically, I'm going to end it on this last word. 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 1. Because you do have to be a man to do this thing. You do have to be courageous and gird up your loins to come to places you ain't never been, in neighborhoods you don't live in, to teach the word of God. Because even though the Jehovah's Witnesses do it, and they don't teach, they go into neighborhoods, or the Mormons do it, they not met with the resistance of the Israelites sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Got that? Chapter 2 and verse 1. So the lesson of today is, be a man.
Hey.
Be a man.
That's right.
1 Kings chapter 2, beginning at the first verse. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes, and his commandments, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
So the Most High keep telling us the same thing. All we have to do is listen. All we have to do is listen and obey his voice. So I'm thinking Nehemiyah with the sword of the Spirit. I say, Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Who got next?
We got next.
Who got next?
We got next.
Who's the king?
Yahweh Shah.
Who's the king?
Yahweh Shah.
Who's the God?
Yahweh.
Who's the God?
Yahweh.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.